Maniacs, welcome back to the channel. I figured I would go ahead and quickly give you a small review of my personal thoughts of the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson Netflix event. I watched it tonight. It was my introduction into the world of boxing. This is going to be a raw review. I'm not even going to probably edit. This was my introduction into boxing, everybody. I was pumped. I actually was like, this is going to be a cool event. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I was pumped. I was excited. I wanted to see Mike Tyson knock the shit out of Jake Paul. I'm sure a lot of people did. Wanted to see him just get demolished because I think Jake Paul's a cocky son of a bitch, and I think his brother is too. And we will get into Logan Paul here in a second because he says something that aggravates me. So, I want to go ahead and talk about the positives of the event. The first fight was okay. But the two in the middle, the two fights in the middle, which I cannot remember the names of the people, so forgive me. Again, I'm not familiar with a lot of names in the world of boxing, so you're going to have to really forgive me here. But those two fights were awesome. Fucking suspenseful. They were the best parts of this entire event. We start out kind of weak, sluggish kind of fight, gets intense and awesome with the two in the middle, and then it goes back down to probably the most disappointing fight. I think out of all of those ones, the most disappointing fight of all, let's say, four of those fights, by far. By far. So I'm not going to really dive into the other fights. I'll just tell you right now, if anything, watch the event for those fights because the people involved should be very proud. They put in really good fights. There was awesome sportsmanship. I just, overall, great stuff. And there was good sportsmanship in the final fight too. But we're going to get mainly into the fight that I think everybody was really waiting for, most anticipated for, and that is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Obviously, a lot of people from the older generations were excited to see Mike back in the ring. They wanted him to show this little cocky son of a gun what's up, and that a 50-year-old can kick your ass still. And man, this fight went about as predictable as you probably could imagine. If you were really wanting to see this, you did not miss much. First off, I want to go ahead and say that my TV kept buffering because of Netflix. A lot of people were watching this event, and it really affected a lot of people. So, I mean, there was literally people posting every 5 seconds like, oh, man, thanks, Netflix, for the fight. We appreciate it. And it's like the loading screen because that was it. That was constantly it. I literally saw 5% of the fight live. Yeah, the final fight. It was literally about to start. Mike's going out there. He did awesome in the first round, by the way. I really thought we were in for something really fucking epic. Mike came in there. He threw a punch and knocked Jake up against the sides, the railings and stuff. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be epic. And that's when it cut off on me. And then I had a message from my friend saying, how's the fight going? And then I got a message from him saying that, oh, you didn't miss much. And I just knew right away that, oh, I'm going to be disappointed because he was calling me constantly saying, man, Mike's going to kick his ass. He looks great. He looks awesome. He laughed his ass off at the ass scene, and I did too. Yeah, and then the fight happened. And, man, Jake, you really should not have done this. You really should not. I have no respect for Jake Paul. I genuinely, watching this event, I almost have zero respect for the guy. I really do. I really do. And the parts that really aggravate me about Jake Paul is, and maybe even his team, because his team were acknowledging it too, that they were openly saying, you are a young, strong lion. This guy's an old lion. It's your time. And I'm like sitting here just, how can you... It'd have been one thing if he just wanted to fight Mike Tyson because of his titlement, but you are aware of the guy's age. You're aware that he's older. He's not the person that you are thinking he is anymore. Yes, he is Iron Mike Tyson. That name will always remain with him. But the fucking being who was Iron Mike Tyson from back in the day, life comes around and you get older. He's not in his prime anymore. And that was so fucking obvious. From day one, it was obvious. From day one, it was obvious. Now, he came out with some awesome, epic training videos. Man, did it... I don't know where those training videos were throughout this entire fight. It looked like he literally wasn't displaying anything that he was showing on those videos. It was almost mind-boggling. I thought he was going to be, and again, the first round, the second round, he was what I was picturing. And then it just started showing. It just started showing his age, he started to slow down. Every time he put a lot of effort into doing something, whether it was ducking and weaving or dodging or punching him really effectively, it took a toll. And you could slowly see every round he was just, it was crazy. By the 7th round, he was just, that was his whole body I felt bad. And then Jake Paul constantly fucking hitting him in the head. I almost just started smacking my legs. I was like, what am I fucking watching here? And then again, for him to sit there and say that he's wanting his title, he wants to be the face of boxing, I can't show respect to you for openly, like, to me, this is a bully mentality. I don't blame Tyson for this. I don't blame Mike Tyson for this at all. It felt a little scripted. It did. It felt like it was set up. Every fight before the final one, felt legitimate. It felt like, oh man, they're really throwing punches. The faces were swollen, bloody noses. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then we get the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, and the entire time, Mike is going like this, biting his glove, ducking and weaving, even overreacting, and, Jake's not even throwing a punch, and he's just, and overreacting a bit, and then would get socked in the head a couple times, and then just, I genuinely, it almost felt like the first 2 rounds were epic for Mike Tyson. Epic. And Jake had some good throws in there, too. I'll give him credit. There was some moments in there. There's some great moments with Mike Tyson. There's some good moments with Jake Paul. Okay, I'll give him that. I have a lot of respect for Mike Tyson. I'm happy by the end of the day that he was so proud of what he did out here. He's 58 years old. He went out there. He held his own. He didn't get knocked out. Good on the guy. He did kick some. He kicked some ass out there. Okay, in some situations he did. But I can't respect Jake Paul. The guy is 1 year younger than me. And his mentality was, how about I go after the retired old guy and bring out the most popular boxer who ever existed? Even knowing he was retired, Jake really shouldn't have done this, man. It really does not help him. And then at the end, Logan Paul, now I'm going to get to Logan Paul. At the end, I remember I just listening to Logan Paul saying that, I'll kill you, Mike. And it's just like, that is so scummy. I'm sorry. It's so scummy. Yeah, you'd probably kill him. He's a fucking 58-year-old man. I don't want to see it, by the way. I don't want to see it. I felt so bad the entire time when I'm watching Mike get punched, and his breathing heavy. He was sweating so much. He stumbled quite a few times. I felt bad. And then I don't want to see him fight Logan Paul. I almost have no interest. I swear to God, I just don't want to see it again. If he wants to go out there and do that on his own, like, that's fine. I probably have no interest in watching Mike get wrecked. He was he said at the end of the thing he was interested in doing more fights and whatnot. He might want to do more. Good on the guy. I'm glad he's doing what he loves to do. But, man, and maybe because of the way Jake has been, maybe the attitude behind the guy, the problem child, maybe that's why I'm so aggravated at the fact that he thought this was a good idea, and the fact that he's walking away with a win. Now he's gonna be able to say that he beat Iron Mike Tyson. No, you beat old man Iron Mike Tyson. Yes, it's Iron Mike Tyson, but it's old man Iron Mike Tyson. Okay, if I was in my prime, you fight Jake Hartzarts, okay? But if I'm in my 50s and I'm almost in 60s and I'm old man Jake Hartzarts, okay? There's a big difference. And again, I don't like to say this because I don't want to disrespect Mike Tyson, but I got to be honest with how I feel. I felt insanely disappointed. I would literally give this entire event a 6.5 out of 10. The reason why I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10 is because the other fights, which were good. And yes, this fight did have some moments in it, but overall, it was just mainly Mike avoiding Jake's punches. Taking the punches when he got him, throwing a couple of good ones. 8 rounds, they go like that. It was over. It was literally over faster than it just, yeah. It's said when your main event is the most dull part of your event. That's probably what I'm getting at here. So let me know what you guys have to say in the comments section. Again, it's just a quick raw review. I wanted to talk about it because this was my introduction into boxing, and I'm actually curious to get more into boxing. I would actually like to watch more boxing videos, but we'll see what happens. For right now, I'll just say that as my introductions go, I had some great fights in there, and I did enjoy those, but the main one I wanted to watch, yeah. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button for, I don't know, just slay it. Slay that like button. And give me a comment in the comment section. Give me your own personal thoughts. All right. Until next time, take care.
If you can't, can't stay, can't start to through. You won't be meant.